Hey, everybody, welcome to tonight's Let's Talk Autism with Autism and Us. If you are brand new to our chat, this is our online social gathering where we learn, share, and support one another. For those of you who don't know me, I am Nita. I'm one of the admins of this wonderful establishment. Linda won't be with us this evening, but I think Mr. Charles will be joining us. Now, tonight is still open discussion, but I thought we should focus on um, inclusion, especially now that school is in. A lot of people talk about inclusion. So, what are your thoughts? What do you feel that's important to you, especially in school when it comes to inclusion? As well, if you are caring for an adult on the spectrum, what are your thoughts about inclusion within your surrounding community? What would you like to see or have happen? Um, what do you suggest, or what do you fight for in the schools? We want to talk about it. I'm going to put the link in for Mr. Charles. I see he has arrived. Just one second. And you guys, I we did our autism walk with Autism Alliance of Michigan yesterday. And ooh, I know I need to get to exercising a little more because that walk, by the time I got home yesterday, I was out of it. I was tired. So let's see who's here. Michelle. Hey, there's Teresa. Hello, Teresa. Cameo, hello, welcome. Hey, Holly, made it through the week, yes. Hello from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Hello, Carolina. Hey, Dinah, how are you? Jessica, how are you from St. Charles, Missouri? And of course, there's Mr. Charles. Hey, Ebony, how are you? And we have Melissa. Hello. How are you? So anyway, come on, you guys, share your thoughts. Let's get this conversation rolling. What are your thoughts or concerns when it comes to inclusion? When it comes to our autistic loved ones, what would we like to see? What are you fighting for? What do you want in the schools? What do you want to happen in the communities? Hello, Mr. Charles.
Hi, Nita. How are you
How
doing?
are you? Good, good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good. Hey, Lori.
Hi,
How are
Lori.
you? Good. I'm blessed too,
Hi,
Ebony.
Ebony and
Hey,
Jill
Jill. Lorinda. Lolo. Hey, how
and
you doing?
Lorienda.
So, I thought we'd focus on inclusion, Mr. Charles. What are your thoughts on inclusion within the community? What would you like to see happen with a lot of our autistic loved ones?
Yeah, well, it all depends on the individual because some individuals, someone who's level one or high functioning, inclusion is a real possibility. I know, I've found my way to adapt to society, and I've adapted to my surroundings. Some people use the term masking. I don't like that term. I don't feel I've ever tried to pretend I'm something I'm not. But
So, um, I'm going to add to the conversation to inclusion as far as school goes. Now, we recently, and when I say we, my daughter and I had to get my granddaughter in school. Um, we had a issue of getting her placed, but we got it done. We got her placed, and she's in the proper schools. I mean, the proper classroom setting. She should be in a self-contained. But here's where the problem is. The problem is there's nothing but boys, and we want her to also be able to be included in some of the general population mainstream. So thankfully, she has an awesome teacher that understands. So he's gonna see about having her included, at least an hour for now. So we could test it out and make sure she can adjust, and then later on, maybe a couple hours of general education. That way, she can be around girls her age because her class is small. There's 7 or 8 of them, but she's the only girl. So that poses a problem for me because I'm like, I know she wants to see another little girl in there. And
Yeah.
here is my suggestion too. And I also brought up it may be a good idea to include maybe one of the mainstream kids, could come in the classroom and kind of like a buddy buddy thing every now and then and sit with her and help her do a work or whatever. And that way, her buddy, which would be another female, could also learn about autism. So that would include both of them. So I thought that's a good idea. And I am going to bring that up again during her IEP meeting. Let's see what everybody else says. Hey, Rihanna. Ebony. Ebony says, well, I would like to see the schools actually allow them to put more into the children socializing with the other children in class. In New York, it is so difficult for them to actually help us parents. You don't know anything or you don't know anybody. 83, 83 as difficult process here in New York.
Are you in New York City, by the way, Ebony? I'm just curious. But yeah, I know, of course, me growing up, I went to mainstream schools all the way through. Very
Mhm.
little was known about autism, so I didn't get diagnosed till a later age.
Right.
So,
So you were
uh,
just included anyway.
yeah, I mean, the one accommodation they did make for me, though, was teaching me advanced math
Okay.
because I was ahead of my classmates in math.
Okay. Michelle says, okay, I see inclusion as a positive, but it's not for Jaden in school. He does not do well with the noise, okay, or with large groups of people. Now, in the community, I do not avoid anything with him. We test out every situation. If it works, it works. If not, then we know it is not for us right now. Yep. And I can understand that, Michelle, because with DeAndre, he's the same way. He's in a self-contained room, but he needs to, well, except for his gym class, and when he goes out for OT and speech. But except for those two things, his setting is perfect for him. I know a lot of parents snub, when you say self-contained room, but most of our kids need that, and especially my son. Now, my granddaughter needs it when it comes to work because she needs to be focused, and it would be a distraction if she spent her whole day, you know, in mainstream. She wouldn't. She it wouldn't. It wouldn't be right for her. But I would like to see her included where she can get the socialization with other females.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think that's the thing is
Danielle.
it's every child is an individual, and the needs are individual, and the practical aspects of it, are different for each kid.
Yeah. Jill says Zai is in a blended classroom. Okay.
That's good.
Okay. That's good. Orlando.
Okay.
Camille says I'm on my way to a hearing with the school district to get my son a one-on-one, be with him in general education. The schools in my city don't want any type of inclusion, unfortunately. Really? Wow. Yeah, I guess in some situations you have to really push for inclusion. That's sad, especially when you know your your child is capable of handling being included. Michelle says a mentor program. They did that at my older son's school. It was beneficial for both children. Need a request? Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to bring that up again during our IEP, and like you said, it'll be beneficial for both. Ebony says that came out wrong. That's okay, Ebony, because I have difficult time typing due to the fact that I have rheumatoid arthritis. Okay, understood. It's not a problem. So at the end of the day, I meant to say it's difficult because if you don't know anyone or anything, they will send you on a wild goose chase just to get your children help. Wow.
Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah. Are you
Yeah.
in New York City? I was asking.
Ebony, are you in New York City? I should city, right, Mr. Charles?
Yeah, yeah,
Melissa says that's what we did with my son. The school and us decided to mainstream him in general ed. He had a D or aid to help him navigate. Okay.
you had a dead to help him navigate.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Aid. I think she meant aid.
Yeah.
Had a yeah to navigate. Brandon was in one inclusion class. It was only art, and he did fabulous. Fabulous because, of course, he is an artist, and that he is a wonderful artist. He was first and third place for two of his painting, beating out of the main street. Hey,
Very
Brandon,
good. Very good. Yeah.
that's
I've,
awesome.
I've never been able to draw my way out of a wet paper bag. Art has been one of my worst subjects.
Now, see, with that type of case, when we know our children are uh, very interested in something, and we know they can do well in certain subjects, then yes, please include them. If they can handle, the sights and sounds of being around a lot of other kids, yes, include them, please. Ebony says, as far as inclusive, I feel that inclusive as positive as long as the children are on the same level or above the level that the children I am because for myself. My son went to regression around 3 times. When he comes in, when he came to language, when it comes to language, he is minimal verbal and echolalia, and they were putting him in the classroom with children who have severe language barriers and no one above his language barrier. When I realized what the problem was and I spoke up about it, they gave me, I'm going
The
to have,
runaround, probably.
uh-oh, wait,
That's probably the runaround.
okay. Yeah, that's probably, yeah, yeah, okay. Problem was, and I spoke up, they gave, yep, run around. Um, and then eventually they put him in a classroom with children who have language. And now he is actually developing very good language. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yep. It sometimes it takes for you to speak up. Just speak up. Now, you guys remember that. Oh, don't be afraid to speak up, especially when it comes to school and your child. Michelle says Jaden needs only self-contained. He hates PE and leadership class. He does better with kids he sees that are like him. Okay.
Yeah.
And like I said, that's just like DeAndre. I think the only time with physical, education gym, they go to gym and they get to bounce the ball around with some of the mainstream kids. So, that's pretty good. Victoria. Our local school districts usually encourage special needs students to participate in PE, art, library, and recess time with a mainstream class of their own age. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, you're in Manhattan. Okay. Okay. And sometimes, well, I travel to New York about twice a month, usually Bronx, but sometimes Upper Manhattan, also E75 school. Also, my wife and I have a friend who lives on 96 West 96th Street. Uh, so, yeah,
Jaden loves to draw but hates art class. Lori says our son was the first class of community-based program in Germantown, Maryland. Okay. Lots of trials and errors back in 1989. Wonderful teacher aides and neurotypical students had to be chosen to participate with our kids. It was a privilege to attend our kids' outings. Okay.
yes, you're in the DC metro area. I lived there for almost just shy of 40 years. I lived on the Virginia side of the Potomac River, though.
Lorienda says, don't be afraid to speak up. It will not drop into your lap. Right, right. The squeaky wheel gets the job done. Definitely. So squeak, squeak. um, and not just in schools. What would you like to see as far as inclusion in your communities? What types of things would you guys like to see more of? Samantha says, hi, Samantha. I am not in New York City. I'm in Ohio. I have 3 kids that have autism and done a lot of IEP meetings, a lot of advocating for the things that they need inside the school and out. So, what do you feel about inclusion, Samantha? What type of things have you advocated for as far as inclusion for your children? Hey, Lisa, how are you? Teresa says my son is in 3 general education class: PE, World History, and Life Science. And the other 3 classes are in special education classes. My son hates science class. He rather do science experiments instead. Okay, he likes to keep busy.
Yeah, yeah, you like to do all the experiments and not the book learning and science. Yeah.
So
Yeah, well, I
Teresa,
found them more fun, but I did the book learning all the same.
okay.
I found
So
I needed
Teresa,
it.
what more would you like to see? What would you like to see in the community as far as inclusion for our loved ones? I'm gonna have to go back. Let me go back here. Ebony. Yes, they gave me the runaround, and eventually they put him in a classroom with children who had language. And now today, my son is progressing nicely. Also, issue what you said. A lot of times, the parents are scared to speak up because they don't know at the end of the day that they are their children's first advocate, right? But because most parents feel like the school is no best day, it really doesn't matter how they feel, what they think, when at the end of the day, it really does matter what they feel. Yes, it does. And what they think, because we are the parents and we experience our children every day. Teachers and educators, and I'm not trying to take this from anyone. You guys learn from black and white. Us as parents, we have on. Oh, I don't know why that thing go. Now I lost it. Wait a minute, you guys. I done lost it. One second to get back where I was. Here I come, Ebony. See the stream yard, we can't get the full thing. So I have to go and find it. Okay. We experience our children every day, teachers and educators. And I'm not trying to take this from you guys, learn from black and white. Us as parents, we have on hand experience with our children, and they try to sometimes put that one in the back burner and make parents feel like they don't know anything. Yes, so true. So true. Yep. So it's definitely, don't be scared. Definitely don't be scared to speak up. Hey, Tammy Joe, how are you? Doing good, Lisa. Doing good. Um, Dinah says our district is good about inclusion. Nathaniel was able to do marching band, concert band, chorus, and men's ensemble. Join clubs
That's
and
good.
participate in events. Awesome. He needed a smaller class setting, and they also had a mentor program and encore classes like engineering. Oh, now that's awesome, Dinah.
That is really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good. Kelly says, on the flip side of inclusion, does anyone feel that their child is put in a situation in classrooms that they struggle? Sometimes kids are pushed to be included rather than letting our kids choose. And I guess again, that would go, it just depends on your child's level of understanding what's going on. But us as a parent, if we know this is happening, then again, we need to speak up. My child is struggling. This is not for my child. So, yeah, I haven't been put in that situation. But anyone that have had that situation before? Holly said, I would love to see more Caroline carts for our special needs kids in the grocery store. What is Caroline carts? And other stores. My son has no issue if he can ride the cart, but doesn't understand why he doesn't fit in the regular. Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Are they bigger shopping carts with bigger
Or
seats for
maybe,
kids?
or the ones that have the little seat attached, like it's the basket in the seat. If I'm thinking what you're talking about correctly, where they can sit. Hi, Charlene. Hello, I am a grandma who is hands on with my grandson. All right, for the
All right.
grandmothers.
Very good.
Yes, yes. Samantha says, my kids also have a intellectual disability as well, and they all do really well being in a small class. My daughter feels like she is free to be her, make friends, and happier than she ever been. Okay, that's good.
That's good, Samantha.
And that's what's important. As long as they are comfortable in their settings and are able, to do well. Winvita, hello. My daughter is using full spectrum CBD gummies. It's really helping, especially on mood. Uh, okay, so we're gonna have to ban. We're gonna have to kick you out of here, Winvita.
And what did she say?
She's talking about the gummies and trying to promote.
Oh, they're trying to promote something. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
can't do that.
we've had enough of that. Charlene says, I'm here to learn. Awesome. Teresa wants stores and restaurants need to get involved in the autism community. Yes. Yes. Patience, a lot of patience with our kids. I would like to see more of that, especially in the restaurant. Giving our kids an opportunity to, you know, tell them what they need. Waiters and waitresses, the servers, everybody needs that patience. They need to understand, hey, someone with special needs may come in, and this is how you approach that. Um, kindness, kindness, and patience. is always a winner. Michelle says, I would like to see more things cheaper for our special needs kiddos and more things that are specially for their own needs, such as less noise, different lighting, places to de escalate, and the like. Maybe the community should reach out to the special needs parents to see our need. And there you go. They should. They really should. Charlene says, my son had to deal with my grandson for the first time. Thank you.
So with his nephew.
Yeah, she said my son. Okay. I don't know whether it's his baby or brothers. Holly says, yes, they have a seat to fit adults or larger kids. Okay. Some people put their elderly family members in it too, so everyone can be included. Okay. That would be something you could actually write the store about. Maybe start a letter to corporate, maybe your favorite store, start there, and just they may respond. You never know. Rihanna says, I'm late tonight. What's the top? Inclusion. What are your thoughts on inclusion in school as well as in the community? What what have you fought for, including your child and for things and for inclusion in school? And what do you want to see happening around your community? Hey, Stacy,
Hi, Stacy.
Savannah. Hey, how are you? Samantha says, I love that you have a live space where everyone could talk about things that are important about our kids. Yes, yes, this is our space. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. We stream live Facebook and YouTube and what and X now. Used to be Twitter, but all simultaneously. Jessica says the Walmart by my house has special hours in the morning on Saturdays for those that are on the spectrum, which is like, oh, well, that's good. That's nice. That's nice. He see now what I went through, but he needs that patience. Yes, kindness and patience is needed, definitely. I do love that our parks have special needs swings now. Everyone is very understanding about the swing when a special needs kid comes along. Yeah, yep, that's awesome. I think more parks around here should have that also. I know the park right here in my neighborhood, they don't have any special equipment, but yeah, that is something to bring up. Lisa says the restaurant Fridays where I live has an autism weekend every month. Hey, the lights are down. Most of our families are there as well as others to get a glimpse of our lives. Menu is changed as well. We have movie theaters that do it as well. Yeah,
Very
we
good.
have the movie theaters that do it as well too. Yeah, I think that's great. That's great. Jessica says they have the noise low and no flashing lights. Sorry, I meant to add that earlier. Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's
Very good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Foxy Roxy, happy fall. It is fall, isn't it? It's gonna be getting cold in a minute. So, what are your thoughts on inclusion? I know you've been including your babies in everything, Foxy Roxy. What more would you like to see happen in your community as far as inclusion for your autistic babies? Rihanna says, I only know of two parks so far, but it's a start. Yes, yes, it is a start. We do have autism night at theaters and at a arcade. Okay. Charlene says, my grandson I have fought for his therapy, online school, and now learning from home. Okay, awesome. You on the ball.
All right,
That's
very
right.
good.
That's right. Good. So, um, what are your thoughts, Mr. Charles? What about the community? What do you think should happen more in our surrounding areas?
Well, again, it's nice when people are accepting of those who are different again, and when they understand the needs of families, and they're willing to socialize instead of treating them, as I often understand happens in the world, they tend to treat them like outcasts. And here, I'm I've seen that, you know and among my religious community, I've seen that families with kids with special needs are welcomed, and that others try to understand and accommodate their needs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the fact is, we recognize, these are people who have needs, and they're our brothers and sisters, and we, accept them as that. And I've never had to have any special accommodations made for me in that area.
Okay.
Um, and here, now I'm, for 9 years now serving as an elder in the congregation.
And
But
that's awesome.
outside, though, I think there is a tendency for many people to, and I've seen in the group too,
Mm-hmm.
even in families, often, when there's a family with a child with special needs, the rest of the extended family, in many cases, treats them as outcasts,
Yeah.
or they won't acknowledge the child with special needs. It's like that child doesn't exist.
Yeah, that's sad. It's really sad. Um, Kelly says, I live in a small community that has a neighborhood playground. We push to get special equipment. We now have a swing. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, sometimes you got to give them that little push to get things done. Stacy says, a few weeks ago, my second oldest caught a rare virus called HSP. So
Ooh,
we've been dealing. What does that stand for? You know, Mr. Charles?
that's a new one to me. HSP.
Yeah. Where I am at is a big city. They have a lot to learn. I'm trying to help. Okay, awesome. Nice. Michelle says, so here is the thing that annoys me. Neurotypical children can do so much stuff daily. Our babies can only do these things set up special for them once a month or once every 3 months. The skating rink near me has a special needs day once every other month, but a homeschool day once a week. How is this really fair? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
and
good
that's
question.
uh,
It's not fair at all. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question, Michelle. How is that? Yeah, I have to agree. You know, why do they put, our babies in the back burner like that? Um, Jessica says, I have bought t-shirts off Amazon that Stacy's autistic, and they have some cute and sassy sayings on them to help make people aware. He's nonverbal, but like to make lots of noise, stimming. And when kids ask me about him, I try to explain how he works, since every kid is different to raise awareness. Yeah, I
I
love talking about. I
good.
love talking about autism too. So I always wear my own shirts, and usually have. Oh, I had an instance today where I have autism. I have autism mom on my license plate. I have a personalized plate, and it has the website and the autism symbols around it. And I actually had a young lady who followed me up into the gas station. She said she noticed my plate and she approached me. She was very sweet. She said that her son was 2 and just got diagnosed. And she wondered if we could exchange numbers. And her name was Ebony too. So we exchanged numbers. So yes, kids wearing something with autism on it, even parents sharing something with autism. I shared that last week. I usually wear my autism shirts all week, and it's always somebody asking, um, "Your child has autism," or they'll come up and say, "Oh, my child has autism." That's how the conversation starts, and it's a great conversation starter. Those types of things.
Yeah.
Uh, Roxy says, well, one thing we really couldn't do was going to the park because none are enclosed and Jaylene is a eloper. But I am excited to say the Albertville community came together, raised awareness, and are raising money to build a park for all special needs children. Albertville is on the ball. We've had many sponsors like Wendy's and Ford, and companies keep donating, so can't wait for it to be built. Me either. I would love to see the pictures of that. That is awesome. That
Where
is awesome.
where is Albertville? Out of curiosity.
Alabama.
Alabama. Okay.
Mhm. That's awesome. HSP, it affects children from the waist down. He was in so much pain in the beginning.
Ooh,
He has red dots from hip to the feet. Oh, wow.
ooh.
Oh, no. Oh, poor baby. Well, I hope it gets better real soon. Real soon.
Yeah, I do too. Wow.
Kelly says my son's school decided to do trunk or treat in the school parking lot for our kids. The kids get to see their teachers and friends instead of strangers with typical trick or treating. Yeah, we have a lot of trunk and treats going on around here also. Yes, I think that's a great idea too. If your children, uh, participate in trick or treating. HSP is when swollen vessels leading into the kidneys or the joints. Yeah,
Wow.
it sounds painful. It's not contagious. Okay. Yeah, that sounds. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better really, really soon. Roxy says, I know there is always room for improvement and inclusion, but I really can't complain because I personally have experienced the difference between not having anything available or an extremely long waiting list in Miami to having so many different things available here in Alabama. Yeah, I see Alabama is definitely on the ball. That's awesome. That's awesome. Starting to get dark early. I have to go and get. I left Sammy outside side for a minute. Okay, so um, does anyone want to come up on the platform to share anything? If you have a business, a service, organization, you're more than welcome to come up and share your information. Or if you just want to come up and talk some more about inclusion, feel free to join us up here. Jessica says Missouri has uh, re,
Real good
real
programs.
good programs in place here. That's awesome. Awesome.
That's good. Yeah.
I love to hear that and see it. That's beautiful. We do the trunk or treats first. If they get enough treats, we do not go house to house. I'm too old to be doing all that work. And you know what, Michelle? I said that yes, like I was mentioning earlier. I did that walk around the zoo, that autism walk yesterday. Oh, and you talking about someone that was hurting from head to toe? Ooh wee! I had to take an Epsom salt bath yesterday. um, Hi, Linda. I have a son with Asperger's. He is 27, married with 2 sons, 2 and 5 months. His wife just told him today she wants to
Ooh.
go. Oh. He is high functioning and has a good paying job. He also is very stubborn, and things have to be in routine. It seems that it seems they have been arguing a lot. I need help to how I can help him. You have any suggestions, Mr. Charles?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like it might be too late to help here with that situation. It's about all you might be able to do is explain to him that that this might be too far gone, and you got and help him prepare for what may be coming, and what this may cost him. I don't know. It's I think part of it is that in the start, did she really understand what she was getting into? And marrying him, did she really understand what his needs were? And maybe, and maybe what you can do is help him appreciate what adjustments he might need to make to be able to have a happy second marriage. That there may be some things where he's and that's the thing I've had to learn, to be flexible about things that I had been accustomed to having done a certain way. Learning that you have to be flexible sometimes. Marriage is give and take, and if it's all give on one person's part and take on the other person's part, that tends not to work well. Again, I don't know the details of the dynamics of the relationship or anything, but this may be a little too late to save the marriage.
How can you help him though? How can what are things she can do to help him cope with uh, going through the divorce? What do you
Well,
think may
help
help?
him understand, what to expect, what things to expect are going to happen here. To understand what he's dealing with, what things to expect, what this may cost him, and these things, and help him be prepared, and don't be quick to agree to the first thing that her lawyer tries to pressure him to agree to. To uh, help him, get him a lawyer to fight for his rights in the matter.
Hmm. Okay. I hope everything works out for your son. Roxy says, yes, we have respite night for parents once a month where parents of special needs children can take them for 2 to 3 hours and go have me time. The caretakers are trained and most are actually teachers in Albertville City Schools, so they already know the kids. Awesome. See,
That
Albertville is really on the ball. I like that. I like that.
that is really good.
Yes. We go trick or treating, but costumes, and not so much candy. Sugar triggers his meltdowns. Okay, you are my hero, Nita, for doing the walk-ins. Girl, I was so tired. I said, "Ooh, ooh," and we walked the whole zoo. But it was for a good cause. Plus, we got to see some of the animals. A lot of the animals were still asleep. We didn't get a chance to see a lot of them, but it was a nice day. DeAndre stayed on my heels too. Oh my goodness. Jessica said, I have a caseworker through the Department of Mental Health that has been wonderful. She sends me and others in a group links all the time, almost daily. This is key to having someone else in your corner to help advocate for your child and family. Might be important to see if these members have that in their states. Yeah. Yeah, I have well, I know here in Michigan and through I go through Cygenics and our social worker or support coordinator there. She's always available if I need something, and um, you know, they always ask, "Are you okay?" especially when it comes to mental health. And there are parent groups for us to go to, um, if we need someone to talk to, as well as a psychologist. So, yeah, she's right. If you have that available in your group, especially if you have a support coordinator, caseworker, social worker, make sure you inquire about that if they are not already giving you that information, because mental health is very important. Self care is very important too. Well, self care is a part of mental health. Trust. Oh my, I have a hard time with the zoo. After standing all week at work, my feet can do not do the zoo. But I do need to take the boys again. Yes. And we have a small zoo. The Detroit Zoo is small, but yeah, that walk almost killed me.
Of course, you can always, instead of a zoo, do things where you go through animal enclosures either in your car
Yeah.
or in a vehicle that's in like a train car thing. I think about Walt Disney World,
Toledo has
Animal
that.
Kingdom. I think about Lion Country safaris that are in a number of places, including I know there's one within about a half day's drive of Unita in it's near Waterloo, Ontario. There's an African lion safari there. It's probably open only during the summer months, but still.
Yeah, they have one in Toledo where you can drive through and see the animals. Hey, Sonia, house queen. Thank you for your response. Yes, they lived together for 5 years before getting married. Oh, wow. So she knew him. She knew him. She knew what she was getting into.
Yeah. It's again the matter of the give and take in marriage, and maybe the best thing you can do for your son is help him to appreciate the lessons to learn from his experience.
Hmm. Lisa, what question were you referring to? Inclusion, or were you talking to us, or I'm not sure. May I suggest marriage counseling? Not that it could really save it, but can help with the understanding of what is happening coming up or what the future can bring. That's a good idea, too.
That's something to consider. Yeah, if they haven't already done that.
Hmm. Samantha Brooks, we have something that's called Ohio Rise, and they offer support, whether that mentoring, respite counseling outing. There is all kinds of programs here. Awesome. Our zoo is huge. Yeah, I probably would have fell out in y'all zoo. I probably would have been gone.
Yeah. Well, even that, it still does not compare with the San Diego Wild Animal Park.
Oh, Lisa, her son is getting ready to get a divorce. And he's high level. He's on the spectrum, high functioning. He has a good job, and she just wanted to know how she can help him during this time. So if you have any words of encouragement, or if you can help out, that'd be awesome. Roxy says, the thing I love that we also have is the exceptional Aggie's Cafe, where my Raymond works. Jaylene is in middle school now and is learning the skills needed. So when she gets to the high school, she will be part of the cafe as well. I'm so happy. I've seen the change in responsibility in Raymond at home that he's learned at the cafe and his social skills as well. Yes, that's awesome.
That is very good.
Mhm.
That's an excellent type of program there.
Oh, you didn't hear about the marriage yet. Yeah. The divorce and just how she can help her son.
Yeah, one of my observations here too. It's interesting. You mentioned about their living together for 4 years before they got married, and that's kind of the norm these days. But the fact that it's a norm doesn't mean that it's a good idea, because it's funny. A study done some years ago found that actually couples who did not live together before marriage had a higher success rate and a lower divorce rate than those who lived together before marriage. And why that is, different possibilities. One factor is that just because you live together, a lot of couples think, well, this is what we should do, is get married, and you ignore the problems you're having while living together. We'll work them out. These will work themselves out when we get married. And whereas when you're dating and not living together, not being intimate, you get to look at each other more objectively.
Yeah.
And you know
Jessica says, let me specify that the caseworker through the Department of Mental Health is for my kiddos. She helps me get respite and everything else under the sun as far as resources for my autistic kiddo. I even got EMAP funding, which allows his access of up to $2,500 to use for a variety of things, such as equipment, therapies, and more. Okay, awesome. Um, Queen has been going away every weekend with her adult brother, doing a bunch of things, bowling, etc. Awesome. Sibling time. Support groups are good. Do you have a local autism society? Also, counseling could definitely help him adjust. Yes.
the Autism Society of America, I know, was a local chapter for me that led me to my diagnosis. It's where they told me, the neurologist to go to get diagnosed. So, although I already pretty much knew I had a form of autism, but with them, they're the ones that got that steered me to the formal diagnosis.
Okay. I'm sorry that he is going through this, but I'm glad he has a good mom that cares. Look for a specific kind of therapist. Yes. Okay, you guys, we are at our last few minutes. This is the last call. If you would like to come on up and join us for any last words of encouragement or to share your business, your service you offer, anything, anybody. If you want to share some good news, some bad news, whatever the case may be, we have a few more minutes. Um, Roxy says Raymond and Jaylene are a part of dance class called, yes, I've seen the videos, awesome, called Dancing Without Limits for special needs children, adults, and they perform at community events and even go to competition. It's so much fun. Oh, wow.
That's
So
nice.
much to do. So much to do, Roxy. Almost football time. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a football fan, but yeah. Okay, you guys, if nobody wants to come up, I need to go get Sammy. I left him outside and it's dark out there. I know he's kind of upset with me. I'm surprised he's not crying, but I'm going to go get him so he can come back in the house and get myself in the bed to get ready for work in the morning. But I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. Kelly says my autistic grandson started walking last night and we were worried about him. Oh, awesome.
That's very good. Yeah.
Very good. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thank you, Lisa. You too. You too. Uh, Sam says during the entire divorce process and the aftermath, it's best if you are able to work together rather than against each other. Yes. So true.
Yeah, but
Michelle
that
said,
depends on if she wants to work together with him versus against him.
true. Michelle says, weekly reminder you are a rock star. Yes. You are love. You mean the world to us. Take care of yourself. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Michelle. Charlene says, make sure you visit us again. Same time, same place, every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Oh, before you guys go, I still have raffle tickets available. If you are interested in supporting our community, raffle tickets are $5 by a Cash App or PayPal. if you are interested, and I will send you your form. We are having a live raffle pool at our event, which I'm excited about next week, October the 1st. Sweatpants and mimosas. Let me see if you guys can see that. October the 1st, and we will be drawing the winner live. So if you'd like to support and get into the draw, the live draw, I'll be streaming live on Facebook October the 1st at 4:30. Inbox me and let me know you like to support. Not only will you be supporting our community, but you have a chance to win a gigantic self-care basket. So just let me know if you are interested. Have a great week, everyone. You too, Roxy. Stay healthy and safe. Don't be afraid to speak up and spread awareness. Kelly says, have a great week, everyone. Okay, Charlene, send me info, please. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. Have a good night, everyone. I have to finish up baths. If anyone has questions, please feel free to send me a message through Face. That's awesome, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you for opening up yourself up. That is wonderful. Okay, you guys. Oh, on the raffle. Okay, we'll do as soon as we get off of here, Charlene. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you. I will see you guys next possibly, I don't know. Our event is next Sunday from 2 to 5. So if I get back, we got to clean up. I don't know if I'll be back home in time, so we might not do this next week, but I will be live at the event. Plus I'll be live for the draw. So I will be here, but we might not have our LTA. Okay, and
Yeah.
I'll send you
One
some
thing too,
information,
one
Sean.
thing too, Anita, is that the following weekend will be, well, depending on what people call it. Some people call it Columbus Day weekend, other people call it Indigenous Peoples Day weekend. So I don't know if you're going to have
Oh no,
a
no,
meeting
that
that week.
won't be recognized. We'll be here then.
Okay, so we will
Yeah,
be here on
yeah,
Sunday, October 8th. Just
yeah.
not, just maybe not on the first.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe not on the first because I probably won't be back home in time. But I will be live. So make sure you guys are stay tuned for our live event October the 1st. And again, if you're interested in raffles, Charlene, I will be contacting you. We have plenty of raffle tickets. They are $5 for a $5 donation, and you'll be entered into the live draw that I'll be doing here live on Facebook. Okay, good night, everybody. I appreciate
Night.
each and every one of you. Have a great week on purpose.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.